One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Northwestern has the kickoff team on the field as we're about ready to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Wake Forest's offense will go on the attack first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Demon Deacons headed quickly to the line. From the gun on third down. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it inside the 30. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. On the ground, it's Carney. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Wildcats offense has the ball for the first time. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Wildcats come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. White wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught in the backfield, it's Winfield. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
And here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback may change this route. He'll take it himself. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get it through the air. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls out.
It's a fake. He's going to throw it. And it's caught. Can he get it to the sticks?
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it to the up back, completing the pass.
Rushes on him. Got rid of it just in time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll go back to the air on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They're going back to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Demon Deacons want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that is why this defense is so good. They get after the quarterback and get him on the ground. That's their 3rd on the day, and they're #1 in the country in sacks, and they have been a problem for every offense they've faced.
He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Quick handoff. Made a defender miss. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. White going to attack through the air. Flips it out in the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
The #1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll run the draw. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea of going draw there. You're trying to sell pass, but you still need to do a better job up front executing those blocks. There's too many one-on-ones where they got beat, and as a result, they suffer a negative play.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Looking down the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. A little sluggish out of the gate here. They've had to punt it away on each of their first 2 possessions. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Finds his man. It's Vic. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Nestles it in at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They've really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the 3rd possession is the charm. They'll try the run. Find some fresh air. Quick step and go. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Hand off from the shotgun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. White wants to throw it. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. On 1st and goal, let's see if Northwestern can score. Looking to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And that's another play for this offense that you're just left wanting more. Both these offenses, man, nobody's scoring any points. Palmer trying to execute a 2-minute drill, throwing the ball to the other team. That's not part of the 2-minute drill.
And I think we got to give the defenses credit because they have been dominant and physical, and they're creating takeaways. I know the offense has been sloppy, but on the other side of the ball, man, we are seeing 2 really good defenses go at it today.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it behind the line. It's Carney. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The give. And some room to work. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Demon Deacons will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, at this juncture of the game, obviously the offense has struggled. No points up on the board. You're at the end of the 1st half, and you're just trying to make something happen. That time the quarterback thought he had a guy open way down the field. But again, the defense in perfect...
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Demon Deacons come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
So now it's 2nd and long.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half? with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. White going to attack through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create.
He's going for the big play. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Winston-Salem. What a fine performance we've seen. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at a Legacy Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Demon Deacons will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. White wants to throw it. Under fire. Catch in the middle. It's Covey. Turns it on in midfield. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Yeah, how about the running back showing you a little agility, baby? A little toe tapping on the sidelines. He looked like a wide receiver. Make sure he kept his feet in bounds, makes the catch, gets some positive yards.
He'll just throw it away, and it'll be fourth down.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way.
Converts on fourth down. Still going. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Northwestern will line up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers. They scored on gadget plays. An all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Firing to the right, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back there he goes! And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
There's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Finds a tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? After the short completion, do they go for the big one on third down? He's looking downfield to throw. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
And the Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. And tackled there by the defense. The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Trying to move the sticks on third down.
What up, G? I'm trying to get your sister to pull me into.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop
trying to get your sister to pull me in one of the rooms, but
He was turning too. That was beautiful.
she in something. She told me to join Discord.
On first down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not be.
Yeah.
Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
All right. She said, "Look at my phone."
Yeah, tell G that I'm trying to put you in Cardi's joint.
She said she trying to put me in Cardi's
And the defender
one.
was way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the
All
air.
right.
You can't
You
do
don't
it.
even
The
offer this
referee's
nigga's
caught it.
invite. When I already sent you an invite, I'm gonna know something.
So I gotta do it on my phone.
Like you just gotta dress the person. I don't know if you can do that shit on your PlayStation.
I ain't been on this
You
one.
have to put that way out.
Okay.
While you do that, I'm about to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
All right.
Alright. It says recover. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yada. Sure.
It's the Sweet Escape, right? How do I join? I see you. Hang up. Hey, Cardi. Well, she could undef.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
What up, Juju?
Going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yo.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
All right. I got 1 quarter left.
Second down. He's got the tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. They fought to
We want to start our gaming adventure.
It's all locked up as we take a look at the stats.
Huh?
These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up.
Shout out to Chance.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield, and make this life hard on this running back.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Demon Deacons will hustle to the line. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Snap from the gun on third Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Demon Deacons getting set on 1st and 10. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. Sets up the screen. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Demon Deacons are on the move.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Lets it fly deep downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. And this sophomore signal caller really seems to be out of sorts, not exactly sure what he's seeing. Big plays in the passing game have been sparse. They just haven't been able to put up any. Turning it on! And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. White wants to throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. He's got him this time. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the 1st as they mark it at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
We always talk about yak, and that was 3rd and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple 1st. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And the Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Gets it out fast. He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed.
Touchdown, Northwestern! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Gets open down the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull up.
He'll take a shot. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
And this team's been very solid all across the board. And it's got to be a fun unit to coach, especially when you got quarterbacks out wide that you can just depend on. You can leave them on islands, you can vary coverages, and you see it right here. He breaks on the football, he understands where it's going, and that's such a luxury to have a guy out there that you can trust for a whole football game.
Makes the grab on the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Wake Forest. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And how about this QB coming up clutch in a big moment? Gotta have it. You've dreamed about it your whole life. He puts the ball on the money. They make the catch, take the lead with seconds remaining on the clock.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. White going to attack through the air. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off?
He wants to take the top off. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching